Hey crafters, are you ready to make an adorable pop-up card? Look at this. You open it up and it pops up. It sits just like this and it shuts flat. It is so easy and so much fun. Let's do this. The first thing you need to do is grab your A2 card, and that is simply 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Now, I want to remind you that all these measurements that we're going to be working with today are going to be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com, my blog, so don't worry about writing them down. Then we need to decide exactly what is our color palette going to be. What are we going to work with? Well, the two stamp sets we're going to work with are Reindeer Fun and then Peaceful Season. I'm going to take a sentiment out of there. But I'm going to let the pattern paper do all the work for us. I am using this pattern paper called Reindeer Days, and why not let it do all the work, right? I am also bringing in a cute little 6x6 holiday package. It's called Take a Bow, and it has some really fun holiday paper in it. So I am going to cut this down as if it were a first mat. And that means that I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. So let's just do that. Now, because we are going to cut an oval out of the front panel, and it's going to be just like this, we want this white oval that it's going to cut out, we don't want it to have glue all over it. So when I lay this pattern paper down, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to use my tape runner, and I'm just going to put tape around the edges. And you will understand better once you see when I cut it out, it's going to leave all this without any glue, which is exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and lay this down, making sure that our borders are about the same, top to bottom, side to side. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this oval. And here we have it. So we're just going to pop this off. We have our removable tape. And when we take this off, we didn't put any glue on it because we need to use this oval. Now, this oval you can keep for another card, not to worry. So we're just going to set this aside, and the next thing we want to do is create our mechanism. Super easy to do that. You just need a 4 by 3 piece of paper, and we are going to make some score lines on the long side. So put it in where the 4 inches is right up at the top, and we're going to score at 1, 2, and 3. Super easy, right? Now, we also have a little bitty one, this little bitty piece of paper right here. We're going to score it at 1 1/4, and it is simply 2 1/4 by 3/4. So let's go ahead and score this at 1 1/4. Okay. Now let me show you what we're going to do with this piece of paper. We're going to go ahead, bring in our bone folder, and give it a good crease. We are creating a box that everything will set on. Do you see that little box right here? This box right here. That's what we're creating right now. Now, before we lay this down, why don't we go ahead and just get the inside ready? Then we don't have to worry about it. So we have already cut a first and a second mat. But to utilize some of this paper right here, I just found some old punches, and I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to punch just some labels. I'm going to see, I just brought in another punch, and I'm just going to punch just some shapes so that I haven't wasted all this. So now I have some cute little Christmas labels that I can use and some little images. So let's just put them in a little container for later on. Now I can go ahead and I can lay this down on the inside of my card, and I'm just going to use some tape from my tape runner. Now, before I lay this down, because I punched out some images, you certainly don't want to try to stamp on it, right? Because it's uneven now. So a tip is to make sure when you do this, go ahead and stamp any images that you might want to stamp. Now, I want to stamp a cute little tree, and I want to stamp a sentiment on the inside. So let's go ahead and just get this cute little tree. And I went ahead and I cut out a little star. We're just going to set him right up there over that star with just a little bit of tape runner. Now, because this is so small, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat so that I don't get glue everywhere. And I'm just going to use my tape runner to add just a little bit of tape. Let's just put our star right there. And look at that. So cute. A season of wonder and happiness. Let's go ahead and just lay that over right on the inside. I'm just going to put some glue in case I need to wiggle it around. Now we are ready to go ahead and just put our mechanisms on the inside. And the way you do that, it is so easy. Now this part of the mechanism, we are going to see maybe a little bit of it right there. So you want to make sure, this is a great tip, and not put your tape or your glue all the way to this score line. So all we did was fold it in half. We are going to put glue on the top and on the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a tape runner because I want it to really grab. Now I left a little spot blank right there. We are going to center this and put it right all the way up to the top. So we have that. And now we're going to lay our tape or our glue right here on the back. And this one, you want to make sure that you go all over it because we really want it to grab. And then just close. And we have our little box. See how easy that was? Now, we are going to decorate this little oval that we have. And remember I said I was going to let the DSP do all the work? Yes, I cut this out of the DSP. How cute is that? Now, one thing we need to make sure of is that you don't go over the side or it won't close. You can go over the top, but not the top of your card. So we can do this. And it will still open. Let me just show you. See, it still opens just like that. So what I'm going to do to make sure that I have everything placed exactly right, I'm going to go ahead and bring in that little mechanism I told you about. Now we're just going to fold it over. What we want to do is add this little piece. You want to make sure that you have the short piece on the top, okay? We're going to flip it over and we're going to add some glue to the back. Glue, tape, whatever you have. Now the short piece is on the top. And do you see how we have our fold facing away? So the only part we're really gluing down is this long piece right into the center. So line it up. Make sure that it's just like that. And you see this little tab? He flips up. That's what causes the pop-up. So this is how you place it on your little box right here. So let's go ahead and bring in this in your oval. Let's get us some tape right here on this little short piece. And let's just put our oval down right on top of it. Making sure that it lines up right in this cutout area. And look at that. You see how it pops up? Just perfectly. And now we can decorate it to make sure that everything fits perfectly. So I'm going to bring back in these little guys, and I'm just going to line them up right here just with some tape. So I'm going to bring back in my silicone mat. We're just going to, now remember, you don't want to tape this part. The tree goes all the way up there, right? So we only want to put glue on this right here. Okay. And this is such a quick and easy card. You can make it cute for the little ones or elegant for those of us who want it to be elegant, right? Now, our next card's a little more elegant. But before I put this little guy down, I cut out another little tree, and I want to put that tree behind him a little bit. You pop it up, and it sits on your desk. Look at how cute that is. So cute. But we're not done yet because we want to put a sentiment on the front. So we went ahead and we stamped Merry Christmas, and we used this cute little label that we'll have in the supplies. Looks almost like it's an icicle, right? So we're going to put that just right there. But before we do that, just to make it pop a little more, we're going to go ahead and just tip the edges in real red. The way I do that is I just open up my ink pad and I just kind of dance it around in the ink. And do you see how it just barely tips it? That's what I want. I don't want much, just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to put it up on some dimensionals. Now I think it needs some little gems. So let's just go ahead and bring in some gems. And look at this. Look at how cute that is. Simple, easy. They open it up and it pops up. Look at that. See how it pops up? Love this design. Let's get busy and make our second card. Make sure you stay with us for our final card that I want to show you too. So this next one, we are going to use the stamp sets, Golden Greenery, Friends for Life, because we're taking that cute little die that I showed you on the last card. That's where we got that. So cute. Once again, we're going to let the patterned paper do the work for us. And this is called Season of Green and Gold. So grab your cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then your patterned paper. And all we did is select this pattern paper. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that gold. Oh my goodness, just shines. And we are just going to lay this right on the top. And that is simply 4 by 5 1/4. Just going to put some glue down. Now remember, you don't want the glue in the center. So we're just putting it on the edges. Making sure that our margins match top to bottom, side to side. Now we're going to take our die and we're going to cut out the center. And this can be a square, a rectangle, a circle, whatever you want it to be. But we really like the way the ovals looked. So let me cut this out. Okay, we're just going to pop this out. And we have our cream colored piece of paper that will become our pop out. So we have this. We went ahead and we cut our mats for the inside. Now we have our gold paper. Once again, let's go ahead and punch out some designs so that we can utilize that paper that's right there in the center. And you can use any punches that you have. I just picked up some punches that we've had for a very long time. And now we can go ahead and just lay that down. Let's do that. We want to go ahead and put a little sentiment there. We're going to use the same one. So let's go ahead and stamp it in garden green. Let's get that laid down. And just the tiniest of a gold border makes it look so elegant. Now, on to our mechanism. We have our 3x4, which will create the box. We have our 2 1/4 by 3/4 that creates the flap. So let's go ahead and score these. We know we're going to score this one at 1 1/4. Just give it a little crease. We always keep the short end on top. Now we're going to take our 3x4, put it in your trimmer, and we're going to score on the long side at 1, 2, and 3. Bring in your bone folder, and let's just give these a really good crease. Now remember, you take this piece of paper, fold it in half, and we are going to put it right against that crease. But on the top part, we're going to put our glue all the way down, but we're just going to leave about 1/4 inch without any glue on it. So I'm just going to put my finger right there so that I don't go over. So I have my glue on the top, folded in half. Now we're going to put it right up against that score line, close it a little bit, and make sure it's right in the center. That looks good. And you see how we have that little bitty part right there. Okay, that's why we didn't want to add glue all the way down. So the next thing, open it up. This time we want our glue on this back panel so that it'll grab. And all you have to do, shut your card, hold it, and it created the box just perfectly. The next thing that we want to do is get our paper and let's decorate this oval right here. Now let me show you what I have to decorate it with. I went ahead and I used the designer series paper and I cut out all these images and look how cute they are. I cut out 2 bows, 2 bells, and some leaves. And that's going to go right here. And I also stamped the Merry Christmas again. We want to go ahead and set our leaves down. So let me go in just a little bit. Now remember, this needs to stay on this oval. So let's just go ahead and bring in our tape runner and get it laid down. I'm going to put tape right on it. Just going to put it right there. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And these branches are just wonderful. You can cut them out of your patterned paper and then you can still even make them smaller. So there's a lot you can do with that patterned paper. So there we have our leaves. Now we're going to put our bells, and I'm going to set them up on dimensionals just for a little bit more interest, right? Just gonna kind of put them at a slant. And then I'm going to put these cute little bows right on top. And we just need a little piece of tape on there. Look at how cute that looks. Now this one I think I'm going to put up on a mini dimensional just to give it some height. And look, so simple yet so pretty, right? Now, we have some beautiful gems. I think I want to put some gems here just to add some beauty to it. So we're just going to go with the smaller ones. And now we need to fix our mechanism that causes this to pop up, right? Remember, when you glue it down, you want the short end on the top and your crease or your score line is towards you. So you are only gluing down this longer flap right here on top of your box. Super easy. Let's just get that with some tape on it. I'm just going to use my tape runner. Short end on the top, score line facing you. Let's just add this right to the center. And the flap goes up. Now let's go ahead and put some tape just on the flap and center our beautifully decorated oval right on top. Look at that. We close it, we pop it up. How pretty and how easy, right? Now let's go ahead and put this right at the bottom, but I think we might want to put some gold around it. So I just have a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on the back of this and just add it and then cut around it. So let's do that. Okay, I'll cut around it and be right back. Okay, and let's add this. Look at how pretty that is. We're going to add this up on some dimensionals. And look at this card. Look at how elegant it looks. You open it up. So pretty, so easy. What do you think about these cards that I've showed you? I still have another card to show you, but I want to take this opportunity. If you were inspired by these designs, take a moment, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends and help us grow our channel. We just appreciate you so much. But let's go ahead and look at all the cards and just think, which of those designs do you like the best? Don't you see yourself making these cards for holiday or really for any occasion? It's just so easy, but what a great fun fold. Okay, here is this one. And then of course, our cute little reindeer guy. Now, I showed you this one, but look at this. Is that not cute? That comes from the reindeer paper too. How cute is that? Then we added those little jingle bells down at the bottom. Oh my goodness, love that one. And finally, we had to do a little wobblehead snowman, of course, right? Look at that. So cute. Oh my goodness. Open it up. He pops up, stands up so proud. We added his little lights that come from that stamp set. Which is your favorite? Don't you love this design? We hope you love this pop-up fun fold, because Monty and I sure do. Well, if you were inspired, we hope that you take a moment to subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, Monty and I hope your days are filled with creative moments. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.